It is a multifaceted, multimodal way to use color and shape and pictures and media to share something other than language, to acknowledge that we are more than just language. The sum of our experiences is actually way more than just language.
It feels like so much of our world today is dictated by this left brain, spreadsheet, productive kind of patriarchy model. And when we engage expressive arts, we engage a type of movement from energy inside of us out in a way that's not audited or filtered or put through a sieve or into any type of mold that society deems is worthy or acceptable. Because so often, so many of us don't fit into those boxes of expression, of being. And when we engage that right brain, we engage that subconscious mind, and we engage image and color and sound and texture, then all of a sudden, these new ways of communicating who we are available to us. And that's amazing. I mean, expressive arts can be any type of moving, emotive energy expression.
So it can be drawing, painting, it can be dancing, it can be poetry, which is actually different than just kind of regular written word, musical expression.
We're talking about unhindered, unaudited, just freeform expression and letting that out. And that's different for everybody.
Depending on which expressive art you choose, it can be kind of a fast track into something deeper. Sometimes that's the way that people can access spirit or inspiration, creativity, or the obstacles that prevent us from getting there. That's often what I'll see. It's healing for all the same reasons that a lot of these pillars are healing. It gives us access to that little spark in our heart that wants to grow, and that is essential for our well-being. We can't live without that.
And that's what's so cool about it, is when we express ourselves from that point of view that's authentic, that's unabashed, that's real and alive, there's energy in it. There's a spark of enthusiasm that's contagious, it's infectious. It makes me inspired and say, I want some of that too, even though I feel like a toddler when it comes to paint and color and things like that sometimes. I'm inspired by other people who are authentically letting energy out like that. I'm a fan of drawing. I think that we engage a language of images and color and expression that we really all speak. And our dreams communicate in that way too. If you think about the dreams that you recall, they don't come to us in this linear kind of written story that we can just read like a summary or a text every morning. They come in feelings, they come in images, they come in colors.
Painting with my hands, yeah, that's great. I like different practices for the qualities and characteristics that it can pull out of me, and painting with my hands allows me to be pretty messy, and that's a really good practice for me. The first thing is to kind of figure out a mode of self-expression that feels of interest, whether that's drawing or painting or moving or music or something like that. And coming back to those micro practices, what's a way that you can bring it into your everyday moment, and honestly, people probably do, but they don't acknowledge it, right? They're in the shower singing, or they're in their car singing, or even cooking can be an expressive art. Maybe part of it is bringing awareness to how is what I'm doing in my life expressive of what's meaningful to me. That in of itself can be a really powerful way to start engaging it.
Pay attention to those times when you're not really sure how to express yourself, because we've all felt those ways where we don't know how to communicate what we're experiencing or feeling or thinking. And to, instead of trying to do it with words, to try to do it with a movement instead, or to get out a box of crayons and pick a color and then draw a shape that represents how you feel. Sometimes little things like that are really, really helpful and also very insightful if we're not used to that type of communication. Remember that expressive arts has nothing to do with artistic skill or ability. It doesn't matter if you can or can't paint, if you can or can't sing, right? None of that matters. What matters is whether you can find ways to authentically open channels of expression inside of you that let real energy come out, that let the real you express in whatever ways that may be. And it's okay if they change. But what matters is that in the process and afterward, you feel more open, more at ease, and more centered in who you are. Because it feels good to communicate who we really are.
There's no limits to the way that we can express ourselves. So get creative with it.